On February 17th, 2026, President Trump held an impromptu press availability where reporters asked him about Prince Andrew's arrest in the UK related to Jeffrey Epstein and whether Americans connected to Epstein would face similar consequences. What followed was one of the most revealing exchanges of Trump's second term, not for what he said about Epstein, but for how he framed his own role in the story, and then how quickly the conversation shifted to something completely unrelated: aliens. The timing of this press conference is significant. It came just days after Attorney General Pam Bondi's combative testimony before the House Judiciary Committee, where she defended the administration's handling of the Epstein files by pointing to the stock market hitting 50,000. That deflection sparked fury across the political spectrum, including from prominent MAGA voices who had supported Trump specifically because they believed he would expose elite corruption. Watch how Trump responded when asked directly whether Epstein associates in the United States would face accountability.
I got a question about something big overseas today. The former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs?
Well, you know, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing. To see it and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, the king. So I think it's a very sad thing. It's really interesting because nobody used to speak about Epstein when he was alive, but now they speak. But I'm the one that can talk about it because I've been totally exonerated. I did nothing. In fact, the opposite. He was against me. He was fighting me in the election, which I just found out through the last 3 million pages of documents.
The reporter asked a yes or no question. Will Epstein associates be arrested? Trump didn't answer. Instead, he claimed he's the expert because he's been totally exonerated, repeated that phrase twice, and said Epstein was fighting me in the election, which he says he learned from the last 3 million pages. First, the total exoneration claim. Sky News reports Trump's name appears over 38,000 times in the files. The New York Times found 5,300 plus references, including Mar-a-Lago and Melania Trump. Representative Jamie Raskin, who reviewed unredacted files, stated Trump is mentioned over 1 million times, counting all variations. Being named doesn't indicate wrongdoing. The DOJ said some allegations were false, but didn't specify which. However, the files document extensive contact. Trump told New York Magazine in 2002, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. He's a terrific guy. They even say he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are younger." Photos show them together at Trump's 1993 wedding and a 1999 fashion show. Flight logs confirm 8 trips on Epstein's jet in the 1990s. Second, the claim Epstein fought Trump's election. No major news organization has found this evidence in the files. Trump provided no specifics about where this appears or which election he meant. This isn't Trump's first exoneration claim. MSNBC reports he claimed exoneration in the Russia investigation multiple times. Classified documents scandal twice. The hush money case where he was convicted of 34 felonies, and the Fulton County investigation where he was indicted. Each time, the claim contradicted the record. Third, what Trump didn't say. He didn't say, "We're investigating associates," or "accountability is coming." Instead, he expressed sympathy, calling it very sad for the royal family, a shame, and expressing concern for King Charles. His emotional register focused on the accused and their family, not victims or accountability for powerful people who break the law. Then the press conference shifted to aliens.
Something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to.
Well, I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
The question about aliens came up because former President Barack Obama had appeared on podcaster Brian Tyler Cohen's show earlier that week. In a lighthearted exchange, Cohen asked Obama if aliens were real, and Obama jokingly responded yes while dismissing conspiracy theories about Area 51. It was clearly not a serious policy revelation. Obama was making a joke, but it generated headlines and social media buzz. Trump's response was to accuse Obama of disclosing classified information and suggest he made a big mistake. He then pivoted to joking that he might get him out of trouble by declassifying the information himself, effectively claiming presidential authority to declassify anything, which has been a recurring theme in Trump's defenses of his own handling of classified materials removed from the White House. But the timing of this exchange caught the attention of critics who believe it served as a deliberate distraction from the Epstein questions. Shawn Ryan, the MAGA podcaster and former Navy SEAL who supported Trump in 2024 and has over 5.8 million YouTube subscribers, addressed the alien discussion directly in his viral video criticizing the administration. At the end of his rant about Bondi and the DOJ's handling of the Epstein files, Ryan turned his attention to Obama's alien comment. Tell me that shit's not fucking orchestrated. Right in the middle of the biggest pedophile ring exposed in the fucking world. All of a sudden, we're gonna drop that aliens are real. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you. Fucking aliens. Fuck off. MSNBC host Nicole Wallace, who covered Ryan's rant on her show, called his criticism a huge deal and said the significance cannot be overstated for his audience. Wallace noted she was surprised by how enraged they are by the handling of the files. She explained that the Epstein conspiracy theories weren't fringe beliefs in MAGA circles. They were central to how millions of Trump voters understood the world. This feels like an issue where the permission structure was baked in before Trump was re-elected, because this issue was such a huge deal on the right, Wallace said. Ryan's theory that the alien discussion was deliberately orchestrated to distract from Epstein reflects a broader suspicion among Trump's base that the administration is trying to change the subject whenever uncomfortable questions arise. Whether the timing was coincidental or strategic, the effect was clear. The press conference that began with pointed questions about Epstein accountability ended with Trump joking about declassifying alien information and reporters asking follow-up questions about extraterrestrial life instead of asking follow-up questions about whether anyone named in the Epstein files will be prosecuted. According to Yahoo News, Trump's claims of exoneration came despite new accusations in the Epstein files. The latest release of documents at the end of January included over 5,300 documents mentioning Trump, including multiple claims of sexual misconduct against Trump in FBI documents. One document contained an allegation that Trump and Jeffrey Epstein raped a girl together from a witness who said he heard Trump brag about the crime. The Department of Justice has not verified these claims, and being mentioned in FBI tip files does not constitute proof of wrongdoing, but it does complicate the narrative of total exoneration. Sky News reported that being named in the files does not, on its own, indicate wrongdoing. But the volume is significant. Trump's name appears over 38,000 times in the materials, far more than most other prominent figures. For context, former President Bill Clinton, who has also faced scrutiny over his connections to Epstein, appears far fewer times in the released documents, though his name does appear in flight logs from 2002 to 2003. The contrast between Trump's response to Prince Andrew's arrest and his own claims of exoneration is striking. He described the situation as very sad and expressed sympathy for the royal family, language that suggests more concern for how the arrest affects the monarchy than for the principle that people connected to Epstein should face consequences if they broke the law. When the question shifted to American accountability, Trump made it about himself. His exoneration, his lack of involvement, his victimhood at the hands of people hoping to find something on him. And then came aliens. Whether that question was a deliberate plant to change the subject or simply the next topic a reporter happened to bring up, it had the effect of moving the press conference away from the central question: will anyone else be held accountable? Prince Andrew was arrested in the UK in connection with the Epstein case. When asked if Americans would face similar accountability, Trump claimed he's totally exonerated, said Epstein opposed him politically, a claim not corroborated by reporting, and called the situation very sad for the royal family. He did not commit to accountability or announce any investigations. Across Europe, resignations and criminal investigations followed the file releases. In the United States, officials connected to Epstein face no similar consequences. The White House has defended them. The contrast is striking. Sympathy for the accused, claims of exoneration without specifics, and a pivot to aliens when asked about American accountability. For Trump's critics, including growing numbers within his base, the message was clear. When given the opportunity to expose Epstein's network, Trump chose to defend himself and change the subject. MAGA podcaster Shawn Ryan summed it up. The whole Drain the Swamp campaign promise was another fucking lie. For millions who believed Trump would expose elite corruption, this crystallized a realization that the swamp wasn't drained, it was protected. If this kind of coverage matters to you, hit subscribe.